Hello, today I would like to continue with series of materials for I, Napoleon, designed by Ted S. Racer and published by GMT Games. We already have the unboxing and overview, which I did. Now I believe a teach and play material would be in place, which will help you guys to see the mechanics of the game, see how it plays, and really how enjoyable this solitary game about the life of a great Napoleon Bonaparte is. Just a reminder, this is a one-player game where you play through the three periods of Napoleon life. So when he was commander, first council, and then the emperor. And yeah, the game is also divided into those three phases via decks. Today, I would like simply focus on the commander phase, so the first phase, which I believe is the quickest and probably the shortest, on the other hand, still enjoyable. So let me talk about the setup first. The setup for the commander scenario and for the full campaign is the same. If you go to the rule book, which I should have handy in a moment, you will see all the setup steps, and I will also walk you through them because it will also explain the map. So the setup is in the rulebook 3.0 with a full campaign setup, which at the same time is also the setup for the commander scenario. Let's look at the map. What do we see? In the center, we see the map of Europe with the spaces where we will be putting the particular cards concerning the particular uh, uh, kingdoms or areas. You would have Russia, you would have Britain, you would have Prussia, Polish, you would have also Austria, France, Naples, Spain, Portugal, Sweden, and Westphalia. So this will be in blue like a geographical part of the map. In red, you have all the things which are concerning internal affairs of Napoleon and then France. So, like you would have wife, you would have sons of Napoleon, you would have I Napoleon, so him, Napoleon himself, what kind of traits he has, the politics card, the chief of staff, minister of police, Talleyrand. This is all the internal part of let's say, Napoleon's life. So geographical part, blue, red, the internal, and then you have the green, which is connected with his wars, campaigns. You would have campaign cards here, then you would have commanders, treaties, modifiers to the campaign, and strategy and tactics. We'll talk about it later on when we will reach there. What else we'll have on the map is the general records track, and in the setup we have three of the major, let's say, uh, points in the game, like diplomacy, political power, and glory at 0, and administrative at 3. And this will not reset after the first turn. Normally, it will reset. We have a year track. It tentatively shows when the commander phase it finishes, when the first council finishes, and when the emperor is. The game is run by the cards, so you will see that the cards are being added in particular years. Here will be sequence of play. In the commander play, you would not play the diplomatic and domestic part, so it will be quicker. There will be possibility to use the Napoleon luck to reroll the rolls, to discard mandatory card, or to pay the cost of strategy and tactics or the commander. Here we'll have a card draw. I will show you when we will be playing how that works. Here we have a draw deck, and here we'll have potential campaigns and potential treaties. Not overly complex map with some additional stuff which I would like to add. So the diplomatic track, everybody's hostile. We have campaign resolution table, and we have domestic political table. So we roll and we see what will happen and how our situation will be updated. So let me now jump to the cards which are set up as a part of a commander deck. So at the onset of the commander phase of the game, you have only 3 cards on the map, one in the I Napoleon and 2 in the strategy and tactics. And I actually tried to zoom the camera in order so you can see the whole board. However, in order to see the details, I will be bringing the cards to you so you can see them clearly. I Napoleon starts as a commander. Yeah, so Napoleon starts a commander. It gives 1A, so 1 administrative point per year. We will be able to flip it to general after the first campaign when Napoleon has at least 5 glory points, and he will be gaining glory points mainly by winning the campaigns. Then he will become General Bonaparte and will be generating 2 administrative points per year. When you look at the card, one more thing which I would like to add is this is the card name. This shows the ongoing effect. This shows the effect which you can also augment with using, for example, the counters. Let me show a counter. Yeah, like +2. So you remember in the income phase to use it. You have income effect, you can have immediate effect, you have other effects. It shows which type of a deck it is, and it shows when it's being removed. So when first council deck starts, it will be removed. So for now, we have only Commander Bonaparte, nothing more. And we have 2 strategy and tactics. One is available, the other is not available. Let's talk about the one which is not available. This is the card which is called Maneuver sur les derrières, strategy tactics, and it can be flipped only turn face up by topographical bureau. Fortunately, we have not played this card yet, so this cannot be flipped, but the other card, Bonaparte leads, is already in play. This is a very powerful and a very dangerous card because this card can end your play prematurely. First of all, it will give you +3 DRM, die roll modifier, in 1 combat round per campaign. But when used, you will roll a die. 1 to Napoleon killed, the game ends. 3-5 Napoleon wounded, you can get 5 glory, and of course 6-10 no effect. Here the luck marker might be really useful because it can prevent you from dying, and on the other hand allows you to use it because rolling 1 to 2 times in a row is a low probability. It still can happen. I was using this card and so far I survived, but you know it can go other way. During the commander scenario and part of the game, we would have 2 more decks which will be added. So in 1796 we will add all those cards, pretty many of them. And when Robespierre falls, so card 29, we will add those cards. If Robespierre has not fallen during the commander deck, we will add those cards during the first council play. So this is how it works. All in all, the game is pretty intuitive, you know, guys. It plays pretty quickly. It plays each time differently. And the farther you go, the more paths you have. For example, the wives and sons is one of the things which each time I played was completely different. The status on the map was also variable. Sometimes I have some of the ministers, sometimes I didn't have. One of the things which was more or less stable was a pretty big pool of commanders. This was fine, and of course the campaigns. But what I like about this game is that it really allows you for various different paths and various different, solutions. So I believe that will be all for the setup and introduction. You will learn the game best by simply playing this, and we shall do it in a moment. Year 1793, and the career of Commander Bonaparte starts to accelerate. We shall follow the standard sequence of play to actually go through the game. In the first year, we'll skip the year setup phase and card deck phase because those things were done during the game setup. And we will start from the card action phase. We'll be drawing new cards. We'll be able to use some of the existing cards. And then we'll be doing this as long as we will not roll on a end of the action phase, and you will see it in a moment how it happens. The first five cards will draw, and then before the six will roll a die. On roll of 1 will stop, and then consecutively with a higher and higher probability we will be stopping here the action phase. After the 12 cards it's automatically stop, so it will not continue anymore. So we are in the card action phase. So this is sequence of play, and we are in the first card draw. We draw the first card, and the first card is Escape. May place in I, Napoleon. Triggered effect. May remove from play to ignore under arrest. This actually can get us killed. Lose all glory and political power, and discard all campaign and expedition cards for the rest of the year, both current in play and in a draw. This is not bad, yeah, but losing this glory and political points might be painful. We go to the second card draw. This is how the game progresses, and we look what we got here. Piedmont Expedition. When revealed, must immediately resolve an expedition with no supporting commander. Roll the die. Usually, when you have an expedition, this is something smaller than campaign, and you need to resolve it immediately. And oftentimes, you can add the independent commander. Here, we don't have such situation. We'll be simply rolling. As we still have a lot of space on our map, I will put here my tower, and we shall roll. So we have 4. Failure, no effect, goes to the discard pile. Third card row is Army of the Interior. Immediate effect, must add 2 political points when remove this card from play. 2 political points. Would I have a use for them this turn? Not sure, but let's see. And this card is removed from the play. The fourth card draw. Oh, that's fantastic. Topographical Bureau. Must 1 pair and flip maneuver sur les derrières. 23 face up, then remove this card from play. So we got a political point, but what is even more important, we are having our strategy and tactics enabled. So this will add us 1 DRM in the first combat round of each campaign. It cannot be used in some of the campaigns, but all in all, that's a really cool strategy and tactics, which we'll have through whole commander deck now. We go to the 5th card draw, and this is Riding Accident. Immediate effect. This is the card which we will remove once played, but let's see. Advance the card draw track and reveal the next card, then discard it unless it is an Austria, Britain, Prussia, or Russia card. Then remove this card from play. If Riding Accident is drawn as a final card draw during the card action phase, it remains active and is played during the first applicable card draw in the following year. So what happens? Advance the card draw track. It goes here. And reveal the next card. Then discard it, unless it is Austria, Britain, Prussia, or Russia card. What do we get hit? Lannes. And we have to discard it. Nice commander, but we will not use it. This card is being removed. You see the icon. It means it's being removed, this card from play. So now, before moving to the 7th card, we will roll to see if anything happens. 10, so we continue the play. It moves here. Corsica, expedition, another expedition. When revealed, roll the die and remove this card from play with no effect on the result of 1/6. Otherwise, must immediately resolve an expedition. Roll and we'll be rolling a die again. So, first of all, no effect on the result of 1/6. 7. So we will proceed. Otherwise, must immediately resolve an expedition. Roll a die. 5 or less, failure, -5 glory, and -1 political point. 10. Fantastic. 6 or more, success. +5 glory and +1 political point. So guys, we have gained some glory in Corsica, and this card is being removed when played. Now we roll a die to see whether we continue. 5, so we continue with card drawing. And we have artillery expedition, Italy. A lot of expeditions. I actually shuffled pretty intensively the card deck, but must immediately resolve an expedition with no supporting commanders. Roll a die. 1-5 failure, 6-5 success. Let's see. 7. We have already 10 glory. You see, the young commander. It's still not general because we haven't finished any campaign. We roll 1-4 to see if we continue. 8. So we continue a card draw. What do we have here? Whiff of a grape shot. Immediate effect. When revealed, if Egyptian campaign is in play, no. Discard this card with no effect. Otherwise, must remove 2 glory and add 3 political points when remove this card from play. So unfortunately we remove this, but we add it here. And this is also removed from the play. Now, would we continue? 7. Yes, we continue. A lot of cards being drawn in this first turn. Artillery Toulon campaign. So yes, we will be fighting a campaign this turn. Must place in campaign if empty. Otherwise, discard this card and immediately reveal a new card. 1 DRM in all combat rounds after first. So from the second turn, we will have 1 die roll modifier. If we will win, we'll have victory plus 5 glory and 1 political point. And I can tell you, we would like to win it. Let's see if we will draw another card. 5, no, end of the turn. So what we shall do now, we move to campaign resolution phase. I will use this campaign battle map. It's very useful, and we have still a lot of space here on the map. So usually we would assign commanders to the campaign, and you need to pay for them upfront. So you decide how many commanders you take, you pay upfront, and if you actually have a lot, if you use them or not, you will still need to incur this cost, and you will be checking for them being wounded. We put the current campaign here. Now, campaign modifiers, we don't have any, they are usually negative, and we can use all strategy and tactics, and actually you can use them even after starting the campaign. The commanders you need to decide before, but this you can do after. And by the way, would you like to follow in very detailed way combat procedure? You would see this here. Move current campaign, campaign modifiers, and strategy tactics cards to the battle mat. Assign commanders by paying their costs to use. For each round of combat, decide which commanders you would like to use will not have commanders, and then you put them in the used commander box. We roll a die, we check where are we here. If we won, we will continue. We will not continue, we'll finish with a success. If we were defeated, yeah, we'll finish with defeat. In case of stalemate, we will need to continue to the next turn. And if we have a stalemate, this is not good. Next turn we have -1 DRM and we lose a glory. Bloody results will be ignored during commander phase, so we will not have bloody results. So what situation do we have? We want to roll well, that's for sure. We will have +1 DRM in all combat rounds after first, so we don't have it here, but we have 1 DRM in the first combat round of each campaign, thanks to this tactic. And we will risk, because we have not used the luck marker yet, we will risk Bonaparte elites to add additional 3 combat modifiers. So we have +4. Of course, after usage of this, we will check whether he survived. +4 is maximum die roll modifier, so we will not get anything better in this case. Let's roll. This is 8 +4 is 12. This is a definite victory. Now, before we continue, let's check what happens to Napoleon. We rolled 8. This is no effect. If we were wounded, yeah, that would be helpful because that will give us additional glory. But the important things happens now. First of all, this card is being removed from the play. We are gaining 5 glory and 1 prestige. 5 glory, so we move to 13, and not prestige, of course, but political power. Now, look at this card. This card, this is removed from the play. This card says that turn face up at the end of any campaign or expedition if you have 5 or more glory. Actually, we could flip it earlier during the expeditions. So we flip it, and we have now 2 admin points per year. We don't have diplomatic phase in commander deck. We don't have domestic political, so we have a cleanup phase. And just to remind you what we do in the cleanup, so we don't, forget anything. Couple of things will be happening, but not many. Yeah. Flip all face down cards in the current treaties. We don't have any treaties, but when treaties entering the game, we usually, put them face down first. Let me clean it up. Flip the Napoleon slack marker is used, so it's unused side. We haven't used it. There was no need. Reset the admin and diplomacy marker back to 0. Not after the first turn. This is a special rule. Yes. Politics and glory, we don't reset. They will always be accumulating. And in the first year of a commander deck, 1793, the admin marker is not reset. And we check for the game, and no, there is no game. And that concludes the first year of our game, 1793. Okay, we move now to the year 1794, and we follow the regular sequence of play. First of all, year setup phase, year and card draw marker, and resource income segment. So we move it 1 year forward, we reset it here. We look at the whole map where we have any income. The only income we have at this moment is from General Bonaparte with +2 admin points. So we have now like 5 admin points. The second step of the game is card deck phase. We will be removing cards. So what we need to do is to take the draw deck and check for any cards which might have, for example, number here, which says if this is that here, we remove it. I believe there will be a couple of cards now. Yes, 1794, it's already here, so there will be no more this card. This is the only, I would say, manual part of the game. 33 was not played. Oh, okay, this also being removed. Yeah. Just checking those cards. Okay, so we remove 2 cards from play. We add the discards to the draw deck. We could potentially also have some cards to be added from those here, but we'll be adding in 1796, so not yet. So we just shuffle the cards and we'll simply start the action phase again. Let's see what the next year will bring. Card draw number 1 is Desiree Clary may either discard or place in wife if no card is there. If placed in wife, roll the die 1/7. She breaks the engagement. -3 glory and remove this card from play. 8 then she becomes your wife. Roll again and check below. No effect. She bears a legitimate son plus 1 glory and place a legitimate son in Napoleon. Guys, we need to risk. We need to risk. So yes, I want to put her as a wife. And let's see. 8, 10. It's not easy. It's just 30%. And we might lose 3 glory. 3? Yes. She breaks the engagement, -3 glory, and remove a card from play. Well, no luck in love, maybe luck on the battlefield. Second card draw. Murat may place in commanders. Really powerful, let's say, commander, especially as King of Naples. For now, we need to use -2 glory or -1 admin if a King of Naples to add 2 DRM. He's not adding in the first combat round, but later on, he is really powerful. Third card row. Under arrest. This is something which could potentially end the game. I hope it will not, because I would like to show you the whole command phase. If escape is in play, may remove both cards from play so that this card has no effect. Otherwise, must roll the die. One or less, you are executed by either Robespierre or Directory. The game ends. Of course, you would potentially re-roll it. If Robespierre fall has not been played, yeah, it has not been played, Robespierre has not fallen, you are executed by Robespierre and the game ends. Otherwise, no effect. So actually, it's 1 to 3 that we are dead. It's good that we have escape, because without escape, only the Napoleon luck will help us. 4 or more, no effect, yeah. So let us check the escape. What was it saying? Because this is potentially something which will save us from the under arrest. May remove from play to ignore under arrest. May remove from play to ignore under arrest. Lose all glory, 10 glory, and expedition cards for the rest of the year. You know what? I don't feel like escaping. Let me risk. 1-3, we are dead, but we have reroll. More than this, we are fine. 9. Okay. The luck goes with us. Both cards are removed, you see. It says that when the card 33 was played, it is being removed. So we were not arrested, and we have not lost the glory. Oof. Card draw number 4. I like the narrative of this game and how it develops. Scabies, immediate effect, mass -3 glory, and remove this from play. Wow. We still lose some of the glory. Card draw 5. Capturing a general campaign modifier. Must place in campaign modifiers after resolving a campaign. No matter the outcome, we can actually capture the enemy general. Now we roll a die to see if we continue. 10. We continue. We have now the Supper at Bucquerie. This is not good. Must play in place in politics. When under arrest is revealed, we would have +2 DRM if Robespierre 4 has not been played, or -1 if it has been played. The 33 card was already played, so under arrest, so we don't do anything with this. But it could potentially affect the under arrest. If it would be still Robespierre's, it would be easier to survive. If it would be Directorate, it would be harder. You see, guys, there's a lot of history behind those cards and behind actual events. So I also suggest you to read the playbook. Pretty decent, which also explains the history behind the cards. Let's see if we progress. 1, 2. Yes, we draw the card further. I really like the variable number of cards we have to draw. Campaign. Yes, we have campaign. Infantry Vendée must place in campaign if empty, otherwise discard. Okay. Victory -3 glory and 2 + 2 on political power. Defeat -3 glory. Not that I particularly like it. Do we progress? 1-3, yes. We progress because we didn't draw. Sidelined. Must -1 political power and then remove this card from the play. Wow, we were sidelined for the time being. Let's see if we progress. 6. We progress still. Another card drawn. Oh, Auguste Robespierre. This is interesting card. May place in politics. May choose to ignore one campaign or expedition per year, discard without effect. Gain +2 DRM on under arrest. It was already there. Inflicts -2 DRM on Brumaire. Brumaire is actually our cope, which we will be doing in order to get as a first consul. I like him. Yes, I like him because he will allow me to actually discard this. I don't want to play this campaign. This is not a good campaign. We anyhow lose 3 glory here or here, so I discard this card. And yeah, we use him. Do I have a marker to show that I actually use him? I'm not sure if there is a marker for him, or I simply, yeah, can put him like this. So we used his special ability to ignore one expedition or campaign per year. Let's roll to see if we progress with the card draw. No, we don't. Now we look at the sequence of play. There is no campaign resolution. Diplomatic and domestic phase are not being played in commander step. So the cleanup, reset cards and marker segment, end game and check. Do we have anything to clean up? Not much. We just flip it here. Administrative points are wasted. The political and glory, as always, they do not reset. Yep, that's all for this year. We'll move forward with the year 1795. We are progressing with the game. First of all, year setup phase. Now the second step, card deck phase. Again, we check if we have any cards which should be removed. So let's see if we have any card with a 1795. Don't see any. Yeah, this one is. So we remove this card from play. Do we have any cards to be added? Not yet. So we just shuffle those. We will have a lot in 1796 being added. That will be a big year. This year it should be still pretty stable. Hopefully a lot of new commanders will arrive. The lonely Murat is not enough. First card draw. Marmont, yep, may place in commanders. Not loyal. It's not used now, later during the game. -1 administrative points to use, +1 in any one combat round. Of course, I jumped too quickly. We should also add 2 administrative points from the income phase, yeah, which was at the beginning of a turn. Yeah, so income first and moving of a card draw and the year. Then we have a card segment and only then we start the action. I really wanted to get into the action quickly. Second card draw. Another commander, the Sykes. Also, we pay for him with administrative points, but we can either use with a small die roll modifier or with a high, but then we'll remove him from play. We have already 3 of them. They will be really key for our success. Third card draw. Napoleon the Spy. If Robespierre Fall has been played, no, it was not, -1 political point. Otherwise, +1 political point. I will take it gladly. Yeah, and then roll the die. 1. Must either -5 glory or -2 political points. Otherwise, Napoleon is captured and the game ends. If we would have known those points, it could be a problem. Let's roll, and then we'll remove the card from the play. We rolled 2. 2 is fine, no effect, but barely. Yeah, this is barely fine. Fourth card draw. Okay, Junot, another commander. -1 admin to use. Very nice. Very nice. Fifth card draw. Robespierre Fall. Guys, important thing is happening. Card 29. They have enough of him. He survived pretty long, truly. Remove Augustin Robespierre. Augustin Robespierre is over there. Then immediately add cards 54, 63. So what we do? We remove Augustin. He was also killed then. we have this card deck. So card 29, Robespierre falls, or first council deck. So in this case, it's of course card 29. So we put here the separator, and all those cards we need to shuffle into the draw deck. Let's see what else happens. Okay. The current campaign card and the discard pile are not shuffled in. Then remove this card from play. We actually didn't have any campaign cards or discards, so let me just quickly shuffle the cards. It's not unexpected, let's say. Robespierre was supposed to fall sooner or later. In my first play, he never did. What was interesting, he never was overthrown. But of course, those cards will also come when the first council deck will start. Okay, we continue, but first we roll a die to see if the roll has finished or not. 8, so it's continuing. Enemy guns. One of the most nasty combat modifiers. By the way, at the end of the turn, we should clean up also the campaign modifiers. Sorry, I didn't do it. Let me put it here. Just noticed this. Why is it so nasty? First of all, it will be always with you. It's never removed from the deck. It's -1 DRM, but for all combat rounds. So this is wrong. And of course, you remove it at the end of the turn in the cleanup phase. Just forgot to do it. Okay, we progress. Let's see. 9. So we draw another card. And this card is Bonaparte's Plan. Strategy and Tactics may place in Strategy and Tactics -1 admin to gain 1 DRM in first combat round. I take it, of course. Definitely, I like it. Let's roll to see. 6, so we progress with a card draw. Brefier, Chief of Staff, must place in Chief of Staff and gain 2 admin. Nice. And per year will be getting 2 admin per year. So let me find this. Where do I have it? Yeah, he's Chief of Staff. I'm really liking him because now we're getting 4 admin. And as you can see, a lot of tactics and a lot of commanders will be requiring admin in order to be activated. Let's roll if we progress. Some campaign would be nice, but no, we don't have any campaign. We finish the year, so let me do the cleanup now properly. So we remove any campaign modifiers. Everything is fine here. Do we have any flipped commanders? No, we don't have. We haven't used the Napoleon's luck. So we will be moving now to the next year. It is year 1796 and a lot of things will happen. First of all, we'll progress with a year marker. We set up card draw and we'll do the income phase in which we are getting 4. It's always reset to 0. Just remember about it when you check your admin points at the beginning. Now, in the card phase, first of all, we'll look through our draw deck and discard pile whether we have any cards which should be removed in 1796. Let's see. Okay, this will be removed. Artillery expedition. This will be removed. Sea cliff. This will be removed. A captured general. This will be removed. Piedmont expedition. Anything more? Okay, all those cards. Now we add a big portion of cards from 1796. Some of them are added immediately to the map. Some of them are added to the draw deck. So the ones which are added to the map have a different back. We have commander placing potential treaties. So this is Treaty of Campo Formio. may be played following victory in army of Italy for +10 glory and -1 politic point when remove this card from play. And another from the commander deck, political campaign, placed in potential campaigns, face up when added in 1796. This is Syrian campaign. When played, Egypt immediately resolve another campaign resolution phase. Campaign effects. Okay, so when we'll be playing Egypt campaign, there would be a possibility to continue with a Syria campaign and gain 10 glory. Watch this. When played, immediately resolve another campaign resolution phase. Campaign effect maximum 2 commanders, which must come from the used in the Egyptian campaign. -2 DRM in all combat runs. It's a very difficult campaign. And defeat -5 glory. And after progress, the year marker 1 step and conduct resource income segment. That's interesting. So where do we put potential campaigns and potential treaties? Here are the potential treaties, and here are the potential campaigns. For now, they do not occupy too much space. But believe me, when we have an Emperor deck, there will be a lot of them. So let me now shuffle this. We have now a pretty big deck, and I believe we are also getting this Cope card, which will allow the Napoleon to become the first consul. And of course, without this, we will not be able to actually progress to first consul. One more thing, I just noticed we have one more card. We have also from the commander deck, placed in Ministry of Police. When added in 1796, may -1 to reinstate, flip face up. So because, whom do we have here? Joseph Fouché. The problem with him is that during the first consul and emperor, he will be giving us, of course, one political point, but he will be impacting our glory -2. Still, you can use -1 admin to fire him, flip face down, or reinstate this card. And what is good is that you gain +2 DRM on the Brumaire 47 roll if this card is face up. So this is really a cool thing. And as you can see, this card comes into play into 1796, and this has this back, so this is automatic place in Ministry of Police. And when can we flip him up? During existing card play segment. Okay, so we will do it most probably, and we'll need to pay, of course, for that. Because if we have Brumaire, we would like to really succeed with scope. If you do not succeed, you will finish the game because you will be captured. We should more often use this sequence of play marker, but it's getting intuitive, so you really don't need it. Your setup phase, card deck phase, now card action phase. I stop using this at some point in time because you simply remember all the actions you have to do. So first card draw. Let's see. Josephine Infidelity. If Josephine de Bureau is in play, no, she is not. We discard it. We don't have this wife. Now, what we can do now, at the end of a card draw, we can potentially spend one admin to flip here. It will not have a negative impact for us yet because it has negative impact only during the first council and emperor turns. But on the other hand, we don't want to use the admin points. We might need them during some combat, maybe some campaign. So let's simply continue with drawing the cards. Number 2. Number 2 is looting. Campaign modifier. Beautiful. May place in campaign. Campaign effect -1 admin and glory to get 2 political points. No, I don't want. I have so far enough political points. Third card draw. Army of Italy. Campaign. Must place in campaign. So we will be fighting with them. Campaign. Number 4 will be Tsar Polo. Oh, that's interesting. And this is something which should be, I believe, helping us. Must place in Russia. Ignore Russians' foreign diplomatic roles until Tsar Alexander is revealed. This card allows play of League of Armed Neutrality. This was, from the French perspective, a very good leader in Russia. The next one will not be so welcoming to a French cause. Enemy reserves, fantastic campaign modifier, because must place in campaign modifiers, Napoleon must achieve 1 additional victory to win this campaign. This is nasty. This is really nasty. But yeah, let's see. We roll a die to see if we progress. 3. So yes, we do. Bernadotte, this is commander. He might be Crown Prince of Sweden. We use -1 admin to get 1 DRM. This is interesting. When Brumer is played, roll a die. He can actually help with the cope. 1, 2. No. So we progress with a card draw. Now we have Lucien Bonaparte, Bonaparte's family. Must play in Bonaparte family. When Brumer is played, we are getting 5 political points that may be converted into DRMs and additionally gain 1 DRM on the Brumer roll. This is very good card. This guy will really help us with taking over the power over France. Definitely. Okay. So we are at 7. Now we roll 1 free. Yes, we rolled 1 free. So we ended the card draw. We move now to the campaign resolution. Again, let me use this campaign net. Still a lot of space. So we move the current campaign, Army of Italy. Must place in the campaign, if empty, otherwise discard. There are no die roll modifiers. Victory plus 5 glory and 1 political point, and we will be able to play the Treaty of Campo Formio. Here it is. This is Syrian campaign. This will be really, really something cool, and I'm looking forward to this. We have, unfortunately, the campaign modifier, which requires us to win twice. And as for our strategy and tactics, we have following. We have this 1 DRM in the first combat round. I believe we definitely want this. We have this 1 admin to get 1 DRM in the first combat round. And we can also use Bonaparte. And this should be nice. So I will put all 3 here. We shall see which we will use. Now, how to get 2 victories? It's not easy. Those 2 cards will give us +1 and +1 in the first combat round. Bonaparte can be used in 1 combat round per campaign, so it can be used also in the second. So who can help us in the first combat round and is pretty cheap? -1, it's in any combat round. This is good, so we can plant him for the second round, maybe. In any 1 round, also good. DSX in any 1 combat round, also good. This will end in any 1 combat round. That guy is very expensive, -2 glory. So I believe we spent already 1 admin to get this in first combat round, and then we'll get at least 3 more commanders. So we have +1, +1, +1. Here is +1, here is +1, here is +3. In total, we have +8, so we should have 2 times maximum die roll modifier. So how do we do it? In the first combat round, we will use this because it allows only for the benefiting during first combat round, and we will use 1 DRM in the first combat round. So those two are being used, and I will also use 2 commanders. Doesn't matter which one of them, because they always say in any combat round. Yeah, there are no. So let me use those 2 commanders. So we have die roll modifier 1, 1, 1, 1, +4 in the first combat. And remember, we need to win twice, unfortunately. Napoleon's luck is with us. We rolled 5 and you add 4. This is 9. And 9 is a victory. So first combat is successful. Now we have a second round, +1 for this guy. And we are using Napoleon's, lead. It's tricky, but this is the only way to win this combat. Again, we have +4. This is +3. The commander is +1. Let's see. 7 +4. This is 11. So the second victory. And we roll if we died or not. Let's see. We rolled 1. So we use the Napoleon's luck. And we hope not to roll a 1 or 2. Okay. That would mean that we were unlucky and we were killed. But of course, I would like to show you the whole game and how also get to the first council deck. So we will not stop the game here. Thematically, we were killed during the campaign in the Italy, and we would probably finish the game with something like, I believe, savior of revolution, nothing more. But let's assume that we cannot die, so let me roll once again. 3, he survived, and he actually was wounded, and he gained 5 glory. But other than that, we should be dead by now. As this is the introductory and explanatory gameplay, I will not stop here because I would like to show you also Brumaire. But be careful, this game can really surprise you and can be tricky. What happens at the end of a scenario? So first of all, we do the cleanup. We move strategy and tactics back here. We remove combat modifiers. We read here. We are gaining 5 glory and 1 political point. So we have 17, 1 political point. And it allows us to play the Treaty of Campio Formio. And let's read it. This campaign, as it was played, it is permanently removed. Let's read this treaty. When played, immediately resolve another. I all the time show you the Syrian campaign instead of the Treaty of Campio Formio because I'm looking from the top of the table and don't see it. Yeah, of course. So what do we have here? Maybe played following victory in Army of Italy for 10 glory and -1 political point. And this is exactly what we do. So we gain 10 glory to 27, but we spent 1 political point. This would end the campaign phase, diplomatic phase, and of course domestic politics phase are skipped. The cleanup phase, we looked at the map, what we need to clean up. Admin is at 0. We don't have any campaign modifiers. Any other stuff. That would conclude year 1796, year in which, in our storyline, the Napoleon Bonaparte died, but we let him live in order to continue our teach and play game. We move to the next year, 1797, and honestly, guys, for admin, we should get prepared to become first council someday soon. Definitely, yeah. We would love to be there. One thing which we didn't do during the last turn, and which I should do at the end of the campaign, is of course to roll for all those commanders and see whether they were wounded. In order for the commander to be wounded, we need to roll 1, 2, and then they are discarded. Marmont, no. Desaix, no. Junot, no. All are fine. So they land here. And now we can continue. Cards. Do we have any new cards? No, no new cards. You have this also marked here when the new cards are added. So we simply take the discard pile and we put this into the draw pile. We shuffle this a bit. We flip, of course, the luck marker. And we will be in card action phase in a moment. We still don't have the card which will allow us to do the coup, but I hope we'll soon get it. First card draw. What do we have here? Bubonic Plague, campaign modifier for Egypt, Syria. When revealed, must place in campaign modifiers. -1 DRM. You can also die of disease. Okay, beautiful. Number 2. I actually have a separate game, guys, on the Napoleon Egyptian campaign. Maybe we'll create video about it one day. Treaty of Basel, very important. I'm glad we have it. Must place in current treaties and set Prussia to neutral. I love it. Prussia remains neutral until the beginning of Emperor deck. At the beginning of Emperor deck, remove this card from play. So it's here. Very good card. Third, a Rosetta Stone campaign modifier. Must place in campaign modifiers this card without effect unless the Syrian campaign just resolved, in which case as a part of segment you can add 5 glory. It means just resolved. Does it mean that we successfully resolve it or we can unsuccessfully resolve it? It also will give us 5 glory. I believe both cases. Anti-French revolt. Oh my goodness. Immediate effect. Must immediately resolve an expedition with 1 independent commander only. Roll the die. 5 or less, failure. 6 or more, success. Who will be this independent commander? Who can be the independent commander, first of all? This is the independent commander. This is also. This one is not an independent commander. This one is also independent commander. Maybe we'll send the King of Naples. Let me just see for the expedition. One thing which I would like to clarify regarding expedition. Yeah, these are. Let's check it. These are a lesser military action or the ongoing war in Spain. Were resolved during the card phase. After Napoleon becomes first consul, he never takes part personally in expedition, but assigns independent commanders to those expeditions, result in either success or failure. Okay. Who will be this commander? It will be Murat, but he will be simply unavailable later on. Unfortunately. So we roll a die. There is no good result. Glory is always down. 8. -3 glory, but +2 political points. We don't remove it from the play. 5th card draw. Maybe some campaign. No, Paul Barras. Must place in police. May -1 admin to ignore one campaign or expedition per year. Discard with no effect. Nice. May use 5 glory to automatically reveal Josephine Deborti during an existing card play segment. Search the deck. A wife. Would need check whether it's worth it. That's very interesting. Let's see if we continue. Yes, we do. Irish Rebellion. So we have a campaign. During one of my plays in this game, Napoleon actually did not survive this. Must place in campaign if empty. Okay, otherwise discard. Campaign effect. No commanders may support this campaign. -2 DRM during first combat round. Very tough. Campaign result: victory plus 5 glory and 2 political power. If it roll the die on 1-3, Napoleon is captured and the game ends. And actually that's what happened to me, that he was captured and the game ended. Okay, let's roll 1 to no, so we continue. But we could use Paul Barras. No, we can live with this campaign. I believe this is fine. Josephine Infidelity. We don't have her as our wife, so it doesn't work. We roll to see if we continue. Yeah, no, we don't continue. So we go to the campaign resolution phase. We go to Ireland this time. We cannot use any commander, so it will be easy. We have a campaign here, but we can use the tactics. And actually, at the end of our turn, we card play, we could use one admin to flip our Minister of Police. This will be helpful. And yeah, from those tactics, definitely we'll use this because it's simply 1 DRM in the first combat round. We'll spend one admin to use this 1 DRM in the first combat round. I'm not sure if you want to use Napoleon. Let's see. So we have +2. Let's roll. Well, sorry. This is unlucky. This is 6 + 2. This is 8. 8 is bloody victory, but we ignore the bloody results during the commander deck. So this is a victory. +5 glory. 29. And +2 political points. Much better than the last time, when my poor Napoleon died. We had also those 2 campaign modifiers. We just discard them because they were not used, and we always discard campaign modifiers. You see, those strategy and tactics, those could be crucial to the success. If not for them, we would have 6, which would be stalemate. At the end of turn, we reset admin to 0, and that concludes the year. Let's move on. Okay, we move to year 1798, and in this year we earn again 4 admin. Let's see what will happen. Card deck phase, we don't add any cards, we just shuffle the cards we have. What we lack, guys, is actually the card which will allow us to do the coup, and we still don't have it. And we really would love to become the first council. The sooner the better. No need to wait. So card action phase, what we love. Enemy guns, you know it by now. -1 modifier every time. Not nice. Prisoners massacred, campaign modifier. It's only during Egypt, Syria. Discard. Okay. This might be something bad for us. Okay, Augurio commander may place in commanders -1 political to use 1 DRM in any combat round. Okay, Let's see, might be important. Davut, of course, -3 glory to use, +2 DRM in any one combat round. And he's independent? No, he's not independent. So, okay, before we move, okay, fine, we move to 5th, so yes, maybe it's time to become first council. When revealed, must place in I Napoleon. Triggered effects may be played at the beginning of any campaign resolution phase when you have a combined value of at least 20 glory and political points. We have combined value 29 plus 12, so yeah, this is 41 easily. Discard any cards in campaign and campaign modifiers, then roll a die. 4 or less failure, like game ends. 5 or more success. Remove this card from play and add FCD card next year during the card deck phase. Simply start the first council part. May gain +1 DRM on the roll for every 2 political points spent. Will definitely spend some of those points. Further modifiers may come from Augustin Robespierre. He is dead. Lucien Bonaparte. Yes, we have Lucien. Joseph Fouché. We have Joseph Fouché. Very nice. Bernadotte. I believe we have Bernadotte here. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, he's here. Bernadotte. Abbe, yes, we don't have it. Taleyard, we don't have if in play. So, I believe this year we will try. We will try this year to get the power into our hands. It will be 1798. High time to do it. High time to do it. Now let's see if we progress. We rolled 3, so yeah, some more card draws. Massena, Commander. Also Glory to use to +2 DRM, but it's a lot. 2 DRM is a lot. I take him as a commander. We roll to see if we progress. 4. Not. We progress, we don't stop. Oh my goodness. Mr. Nelson. Mr. Nelson must place in Britain -2 glory per year, while First Consul and Emperor. We put him here. It's not yet -2 glory, but it will pretty soon become if we manage to do we overthrow the legitimate government of overthrow. We will creepingly get to the power. Yeah, let's say so. Let's see if we continue the play. 5. Yes, we continue the play. Looting, campaign modifier. May place in campaign. I don't want to place it. Do we continue? 6. Yes, we continue. Enemy reserves. Another nasty one. Now here, 1. We don't continue. We should normally now move to the campaign resolution phase, and we move there. But what we will try and attempt to do is to actually overthrow the government and take the power for us. So again, we'll play Brumaire. I'm not French, sorry if I mispronounce it. May be played at the beginning of any campaign resolution phase when you have a combined value of at least 20 glory and or political points. We still have 41. And what happens? Discard any cards in campaign and campaign modifiers. So we discard those things. We discard. Yeah, there is no campaign. We'll be rolling a die. 1, 4, we fail and we are dead. 5, 10, we succeed. We'll have some people who will help us with the roll. First of all, Lucien. Lucien is our guy. He is giving us 5 political points that may be converted into DRMs and plus 1 DRM on this roll. So let's get 5 political points from him, which needs to be converted. The conversion is 2 to 1, yeah, for every 2. So we take 5 points from here, add 1 point from here, this is 6 points, this is plus 3 DRM to this premier roll. We get 1 additional DRM from this guy, so this is plus 5. And I believe also Fouché will give us plus 2 DRM to this attempt. So we have plus 6, guys. Plus 6 means that this is automatic victory. Just a formality. 1 plus 6, it's 7. Success! Remove this card from play and add FCD First Council deck cards next year during the card deck phase. So First Council will actually start, this is important, during the card deck phase. Here, if you look at this, we will add the cards here. So the income will not be yet impacted by the change of situation politically. That namely means that Nelson will not yet remove 2 glory and Fouché will not yet remove 2 glory because we start the first council during the deck phase. We will clean up, for example, this. This guy should be actually executed. 29 is Robespierre. We will. No, he should not be. Should look here. So what will happen now? We are finishing the turn. We are doing the cleanup phase. The admin goes to 0. There are no other things to clean up. Then in the next turn, in the year 1799, which will be first year of the first council, during the income phase, we will still earn those 4 nicely, and only after this, the deck will be changed, the new cards will come, and yeah, the situation on the map will drastically alter, and those 2 minus 2 glory will come into effect. Okay, guys, that's all for today. We played the whole command phase of a Napoleon career in the I, Napoleon by Ted Racer from GMT Games. I hope that you can see now the flow of the games, how some of the things are impacting each other. We didn't fought a lot. There was a campaign with the Italians in which we died, but because we wanted to show you how to play the game, we decided to continue. We fought during the revolution. We unfortunately skipped the expedition to the Syria and Egypt. Well, it came like this. So all in all, we are at pretty good situation now. And we are entering as a first council already in 1799, which is a good achievement. That's all for today. I hope that you like this game, and this explanation, teach and play, probably is the way I'm really like to explain the titles, the games, the war games, the board games to you, because it shows not only the rules, but it also shows the usage during the play. Thank you very much for watching this. Please feel free to use the comment section to share your opinions, to maybe correct my errors, to ask the questions. Of course, if you like this material, do not hesitate, give a thumbs up. Also, I encourage you to also subscribe. Click this bell so you can always get notification about this great content we are creating here. Thank you very much for being with me, and thank you for watching. Bye.